Did I hear you say you wanted a mid-build van tour? Hello, if you don't know me, my name is Ella and this is Miss Ladybug. You're watching Miss Ladybug and me. Welcome if you're new and welcome back if you're not. Today I just thought I'd film a cheeky little van build. However, it is raining and very windy outside, so I was going to start outside, but I don't know if I can be asked to brave the rain, I'm not going to lie. So welcome to the van. If you're interested, Miss Ladybug is a Pergeot boxer. She's an L4H2, which means an extra long wheelbase, and a medium top, which everyone thinks I'd be stood like this in. However, I'm stood on the step right now and I'm actually like that much room from the ceilings. There's plenty of space in here. I can even jump. She is a 20 plate, which means she is Euro 6 compliant or ULEZ 6 compliant or whatever the fuck it is, which basically just means that I don't have to pay the congestion charge in major cities. I don't think it's just around the UK, I do think it is in Europe as well, so that will help me while I'm away. Sorry, I've written notes because I do forget what I want to say the second the fucking red light starts flashing. Don't know what that's about because I am the biggest gobshite in England. And the plan is by the end of the build, she will come fully equipped with a king-size bed that will turn into a U-shaped diner, that will turn into a sofa and 2 little chairs. However, I am using Jamie's mattress out of his van. For a bit of added context, I'm going away with my partner, we're moving into my van, but he also has a self-converted van that we used to live in, so he has prior experience, I do not. It'll also have a hot and cold shower and sink. Yesterday we installed the water heater, 2 induction hobs. I was going to get gas. It just seems to be a bit better on the money, honestly, in the long run. Because I know gas can be a bit tricky to find sometimes. And we're probably going to be staying in a lot of really rural areas. So out with ease, if we've got the solar anyways, we might as well use that to do everything that we can. I don't know if we're getting a sun deck. Although we should hopefully get some roof bars on very soon. And the reason I keep saying hopefully is because the deadline is 2 months away. So we're kind of on a race to the end. So when you first come into the van, you'll see a little coat rack which is currently being used for all of our hoodies and layers and coats and all of that kind of good stuff, because we're not really moved into here because we're not really finished building the places that all of our clothes are going to live. Kind of just moving into our own home every single day with a new set of clothes. We're also going to have a little shoebox down here where we currently have a 5-gallon water carrier, just because the water tanks are in but they're not hooked up yet. There will end up being a little shoebox here at some point. We are getting to that. There's a lot of shit we're getting to. This is a mid-build van tour, so there is some stuff that still needs doing, but it's really taken shape and I just thought, why not show you? The shoebox is going to go there, right next to the doors. There is a makeshift curtain here at the minute, but we'll eventually have all of up here boxed out, obviously with some room in there because that is a lot of space. Thinking of putting all of our hiking gear up there in this over the cab storage box thing. And this coat rack will not stay this full. Obviously we're not going to be getting rid of coats. However, there will be a wall obviously getting built here as almost a half headliner, if you will, to separate the cab from the shower room here. So on the other side of that, behind the seats in the front cab, we're going to put some coat hooks to keep all of our winter coats, bigger coats and stuff that we just need to keep hidden away somewhere so that that's not wasted space, because we have had to, might as well move on over into the shower room here. I feel like these are on a bit of an angle, but there's not much I can do about that. We have had to angle these main beams off. As you can see, we've built the framing for actually where the shower walls are going to go, and these first 2 walls are in. But this back wall's actually had to be angled off because of where the seats sit in the front. If you've got a van, you'll know that. Well, if you've got a Peugeot Boxer or Citroen Relay or Fiat Ducato, I know those ones are the same. The 2 chairs here don't actually move, like you can't move them forwards, backwards, lean them differently, nothing like that. You can't move them, they're fixed into place. So we kind of had to build the walls around that, which is why they've sloped in a little bit. It hasn't taken up too much room, and I do think we have quite a big shower space in here. Obviously, as you can see, I've got the toilet in there at the minute. This is the toilet from Jamie's van, so it is currently a chemical toilet that we're using. However, I don't know why I'm speaking so fast. My brain is not working today, guys. Ow! I will be making or getting, not decided yet, a composting toilet for in here. It won't live in the shower, so instead of putting it in here, I'll show you, we've made what is currently being used as a storage cubby for storage boxes that we're not using yet. This is actually where the toilet's going to sit in on some drawer slides. Obviously, we'll be adding some waterproofing to inside of this box because it is attached onto where the shower will be up here. But that means essentially when we need the toilet, we can just slide the toilet out. It'll be on a swivel here, which means we can just slide it back away every time we're done with it, and the shower will be completely free. Next to the shower, we do have a makeshift bin. We've got 2 of them, but this is for stinky food bits and whatnot. And then we've got one next to the bed out of ease because we are both fiends for a sweet treat at the minute. Going back to the front door, which is this beautiful purple colour, which is actually, as you'll see, the same as the back doors, with this gorgeous green colour on all of this wood. I got all of the windows from Camper Glass, but I will try and link where I've gotten most stuff from, if I can remember, you guys. I'll write a bunch of shit in the description because I have tried to keep as much note as possible. But this has been a bit of a whirlwind, so just bear with me if there's some stuff where I'm not 100% where it's coming from. I've gone for one that's actually blackout on the outside, so you can't really see in as long as I don't have the lights on. And because it's right next to the kitchen, I had decided to make it a nice big opening window as well, which is absolutely perfect. And it's so lovely if you're parked up next to a beautiful view, because as you can see, the windows do tint the light coming through it a little bit, so it's quite nice to just get that window open and get a proper view going. Okay, moving on to the kitchen. So starting at this end, we've got 4 shelves that are cut on a diagonal, the same as the shower room, just to make sure there's still a nice big walkway there. These will be used mainly as dry food storage and kitchen adjacent storage. Hence they've been made quite big, so we can stuff quite a lot into there. We'll probably add some bungees onto the front if we do end up needing to really stuff things into there, especially on the bottom one. I'm really surprised with how much space there actually is in these shelves. They are massive, and how much stuff we've got in there at the minute is crazy. Moving just around the corner, I've got an absolutely gorgeous cutlery drawer, which at the minute doesn't have very much cutlery in because we've got so much washing up to do, which you'll see on this side. But this is possibly my favourite drawer so far, just because it's absolutely gorgeous on the front, it's absolutely gorgeous on the back, and I was the most excited just for my own cutlery sets, which I've got some absolutely divine cutlery. I mean, look at that. Brushed gold with like flower emblems on the bottom. Absolutely gorge, love it, unreal, buzzing with me cutlery. And we've just built a brand new cabinet drawer, which actually snaps shut. Hasn't come open while we've been driving yet, with some of Jamie's old hinges and just these little rollerball locks. Inside of here, we've currently got all of the oven trays. We also keep plates in here, cups, that kind of stuff. Freezer bags, which I'm gonna show you, because if you live in a bag, if you live in a van or are planning on living in a van, you're probably going to want to invest in some of these. I mean, I know this is the most basic tip in the world, but if you've got a freezer, it's probably a little freezer. And if you get these, you can just take everything out of their packaging, chuck it in here, and then keep it in the bags, and it keeps it food safe, all hygienic, all that kind of jazz. You can just get them from like supermarkets. Anyways, something else that I was very excited about. This is my kettle. Absolutely buzzing with my kettle. It's a tiny little 0.85 litres, which is plenty for like 2 coffees or anything. Actually works really, really quick, and it's just from Russell Hobbs. I got this one from Argos. It was £15, which I didn't think was bad at all. Obviously, I have currently got 6 plug sockets, like 12 volt plug sockets, that aren't actually working because we've had a bit of a mare with the inverter and nearly set the van on fire. We nearly set the van on fire by accident because the electrics, I think the fuses that we'd gotten were quite cheap ones, they've just completely burnt through, so we're currently replacing that, but we'll have to wait 9 days for the new parts to come. So we haven't got any plug sockets at the minute. Obviously we've still got power, and I do still have my little like USB-C ones work, but the inverter isn't working. We do still have a fridge because that is on a separate circuit, but the oven's out of order at the minute unless we're at the unit, which means obviously we can use an extension cable. And then we're currently just keeping some water, and Jamie's got some juices in the bottom as well, but there's still loads of room down there, and obviously we won't be keeping big canisters of water in the front when we've got a 100-litre water tank. Moving on to just next to it, as you can see, I'm just going to get down on my knees. We've got the oven and the fridge freezer down here. So the oven's in its own little thing. It does have to have plenty of room either side, which is why the cubby is much bigger than the oven. It's also got some holes in the side, you'll see, just for ventilation. I currently have it being held on with a bungee cord, which is working really easily. But as you can see, it's a nice big oven. You can fit 2 trays in there well if you've got them like packed up a little bit, but if you've got like flat things, you know, like burgers and just like a tray of fries and stuff like that, you can actually fit 3 oven trays in. Not just an oven, it's an oven, air fryer, toaster and grill, and it does have a setting to just keep your food warm in it as well, which is brilliant, so you can cook something and then come back to it. But yeah, as you can see, that's just held on with a bungee. We've got some little hooks in either side, which just clips it back and means that this isn't going to come flying out while we're driving. We do also keep a tea towel inside of it as well, so that just in case the glass does come loose a little bit, it's not constantly banging against the metal. And then down the bottom, at the minute, we do currently have the same kind of situation. Not 100% what's going on down here, guys. We've redone it about 10 times, but we're trying to get this onto some drawer slides, which is working, and then the drawer slides keep breaking. But you just take the bungee off. Again, it's just 2 little hooks down here. Hang on, give us a sec here, guys. It's rather large. Much easier when it's on a drawer, you can just like pull it out, but obviously kind of shimmy it over the carpet. You can get in either side. It's just the Alpi Cool ones. I found this on quite a good deal. I think I got it for £280 from, again, Alpi Cool. I'll link it down below. You can have both sides open from either side if you change this clip over. This side we've got as the fridge, and this side we've got as the freezer, which you can actually switch around. You could have them both be the fridge, both be the freezer, this the freezer, that the fridge, this the freezer, that the fridge. Doesn't make a difference, you can swap it round. It's temperature controlled here, and the fridge currently is at 2 degrees Celsius and the freezer is currently at -20 degrees Celsius, so it does keep it really cold. And just coming back over to this cabinet, as you can see, it is just wood at the minute. It has been stained, but I am going to also paint all of the edges. There will be a doorknob going on it, and I will be painting the inside as well. Obviously we only built the door yesterday and I just didn't have time to paint it. And now that I've showed you this side, just before we move over to this side, we've got this gorgeous runner in the middle, and we have also actually just built an absolutely massive drawer that fits all the way underneath of the step there, so that is not wasted space either. It's currently obviously just got the gas cooker on it while we haven't got an inverter for the oven. But yeah, as you can see, we will be putting a front onto this, and then it will be a really deep clothes storage drawer. Now moving over onto the other side of the kitchen, obviously this is the toilet box that will pull out into the shower, so that is just completely blocked off. There will end up being some small shelves here which will have jars attached to the underneath of them. You've probably seen them before if you're into camper builds. Just means I can have a really cute spice rack that's out in the open. Underneath this little section here, from kind of where them screws are, if you can see them down there, I've got 2 280 amp hour lithium batteries. There's only one actually wired in at the minute, just because we don't have the need for the second one yet, and we have been working down there, so it's easier to have the space at the minute. The electrics is essentially under there and behind here, so these shelves aren't actually quite as deep. It's blocked off for electrics at the back of there, just because this full bit underneath the kitchen is the electrics board. Obviously we are still working on this whilst living in it, which is amazing and a nightmare at the same time. In here currently we've just got some food storage, sweet treats, Don't judge us for how much is in there. It was all on sale at B&M when we went in. We literally spent like £12 or something, but got all of that shit plus more, so back off. I've got a little drone here. Thanks, Percy. I will get it up and flying soon and we'll see how the footage looks. You might see that in a future video. That shit on the bottom. Then on the top we've kind of got a bit of a bread binny kind of vibe going on. We did have some plates in here, but as I said, and as you can see, we've got lots of dishes to do, so I haven't washed any of the plates yet. Oh, and just to preface as well, because I don't think I've said this yet, both of the countertops are temporary. As beautiful as this one is impeccably heavy, so won't be following us into the end of the build. And this one is actually just Jamie's workbench that we've cut up because we wanted a little bit of extra bench space while we're living in here. Just next to where we've got some of that dry food storage, we've actually got a very funny shaped little drawer here to fit right there perfectly, which is currently our everything drawer, you know, just the drawer that everything ends up in. That's this one at the minute. This is the diesel heater controller. It is currently reading 23 degrees Celsius in here because I haven't had the fan on while I've been speaking. This is the inverter switch, so to turn the inverter on you obviously just switch that on there. I'm not going to do that right now. I don't even think it's wired up, but just in case, I know that it's not wired up fully because we're missing some parts, so I'm not going to turn that on. But that is just how you would turn all of the plug sockets on and off respectively. We thought we'd have that quite close because might actually want to be turning the electrics off when we're leaving, especially if we're leaving for a while, so that just makes it dead handy to access. And it was decently easy to wire since all of the electric stuff is literally right there. And underneath it, Jamie's just got some of his cosmetics, or smellies if you will. That's absolutely gorge. New addition to this gorge little mirror. It's just from Jamie's house, but thought why not? I haven't got a mirror in here. So every time I do my makeup, I'm either doing it in my phone or in one of the tiny little like flip mirrors you get in your makeup boxes. Gorgeous little plant, if you've noticed that. I've got a beautiful, this one's fake, but I have got some real plants following me into the van when I do move in. I'm not 100% how that's going to go, but I'm hoping for the best. I have been training them up. As you can see, I've got some makeshift window covers. Long story short, I don't know if they're staying or not. These ones are fine, but the ones at the back doors just keep breaking. I made them DIY, completely DIY. Also, me and Jamie are super into Legos. You'll probably see more and more Lego pop up in here. But yeah, that is the kitchen. Oh, as well, I forgot to mention, well, I kind of did mention the world's best angle. Do you know what I mean? But this is the Max Air fan, which we found really good so far. And we have just had a couple of heat waves in England and we managed to keep it somewhat cool in here, so I'm quite happy with how this has worked so far. You can have it on air in or air out, which is great. You can change the speeds, you can change how much the skylight is actually open behind it, and it brings in a lot of light, I find, especially since I've got the big window and the skylight here. You do get quite a lot of natural light in here as long as it's decently bright outside. It's a really cloudy day today, and as you can see, it's still quite light. If I just pull you over here for a second, this is the makeshift TV. We're not going to have a TV in here. That is because I'm not big on screens anyways. Ironic, I know. We do tend to do a lot of activities that keep you off screens anyways. I am thinking I might put a projector up in front of the bed somewhere so you can have like a proper nice movie night. But I don't think we're going to need a TV. I do obviously have a laptop, which we're not using at the minute because, again, inverter's broken. As you can see, I do still have these little bad boys working. That is why I'm still able to use the iPad, which is smashed to pieces at the minute. Still need to fix the screen. Anyways, let me bring it over to the bed. So the bed section's quite interesting, and I'm not 100% how I'm going to show you it. This is currently a double mattress on here and it's not pushed all the way back, so it does look a little bit smaller than it actually is. But once we get all the mattresses fitted down and the bed will come to here, it will be fitted out to be a king size bed. I think it's actually a little bit wider than a king size bed, but not quite as long. Underneath of here, if you can see, I'll lift the mattress up. These will obviously be separate mattress cushions, so you'll just be able to take the mattress cushions off of the top. And then this, if I can move it, as you can see, moves, and you can just pull that out from where it is. that the leg room will come to about here. So you'll have, in theory, where I'm sitting right now will not be part of the seating arrangement, but you'll be able to have someone here, someone there, someone there, someone there, and someone there, and a big table in the middle. The table will obviously be about that big, and high up, so I'll be able to work from home as well, which will be so good. I can't wait to get this finished. And obviously we'll probably not convert from bed to sofa, chairs every day because I am lazy, but it is nice to have the option. It means if I want to have any friends around or anything, I can actually like cook tea and have everyone sit down. You can also sleep someone in this little walkway here, so technically we could have someone stay over. Now if you know me in real life, you will know that I'm a big fan of stickers, doodling, art stuff, anything like that. And I really wanted my van to embody that, so I've got some stickers and magnets on this back door, and I've started detailing some of the paneling just on this back door. I think I might do the same on that side door. I'm not 100% what I want to pop up there yet, so I don't want to jump the bullet before I know what I want to do. But I've got a really gorgeous little colour scheme going on over here at the minute, and as you can see, we have got a secret little pocket down there as well, which is great to pop your coffee on in the morning time. Plan is to also have some small shelves that go up the sides here, just for some extra little ledges that you can pop things on if you are in bed or on the sofa, diner, whatever the hell you want to call it. And as you can see, again, we have got a massive skylight. This is the coolest skylight in the world. So you just unlock it, pull this, it also has a completely blackout blind and the brightest light in the world, which is absolutely perfect if you're having a games night or anything like that. It means you can get so much light up here. It does also have a bug net on it, so if you have got the skylight open, I mean, there's a few bugs in my bug net, but just keeps the bugs out if you are wanting to have that bit of ventilation, but you're anywhere like me, normally next to a water source, and there's loads and loads and loads of flies that just come to eat you alive. I'm just going to show you what I meant by my window covers. So these are just bits of the insulation that would actually had left over from insulating the walls, with some magnets to hold them onto magnetic metal, which works really well. But it's all hot glued on because obviously I can't really stitch through the foam. It rips really easy, so every time you stitch through it, it just rips. So they're hot glued on, and as you can see, a lot of them don't really stay on because they're very strong magnets to be able to hold this weight. So that's another thing that's not finished yet, simply because I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. I know it was a lot of rambling, but I love talking about my van, and I hope you've enjoyed watching anyways. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a like and maybe even comment down below because it really helps me out. If you want to see my face again or more videos like this, or even both, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon next to it if you want to be notified every time I could pop up on your screens. Anyways, I've got a Sudoku to complete, so I'm getting off to do that, and I'll see you in the next one.